even more, getting closer with God. And I know he has a plan for me. And I feel like, it's already written.
Everybody kind of looks at them with admiration for their talent and everything that they've done, but with a little bit of skepticism or suspicion.
A few short months ago, even imagining a trade involving Luka Doncic felt absurd. Yet that blockbuster actually happened. Once that domino fell, it shattered the notion that any superstar was truly untouchable. Suddenly, respected insiders began hinting that a new wave of trades could reshape the NBA just as dramatically. In this video, we're diving into 4 major names that keep coming up in trade chatter: Morant, Kevin Durant, Trae Young, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and examining why these once untouchable stars might be closer to moving than we ever imagined. Remember when the mere idea of swapping Luka Doncic for anything short of a generational package was unthinkable? That one deal shattered our assumptions about how much risk front offices are willing to take. Before, teams insisted on building around once-in-a-lifetime talents. After all, how often does a player with Luka's skill set come around? But then, in a jaw-dropping twist, the move actually happened. It was the kind of blockbuster that forced everyone to reevaluate what off-limits really means. Front offices began to rethink their strategies. The old rulebook, where you cling to your franchise player and hope the supporting cast eventually gels, suddenly looked outdated. The ripple effect across the league was immediate. Rival executives started calling each other with new ideas and unexpected pitches. Almost overnight, we went from closed-door rumors to legitimate buzz about multiple superstars being packaged away in potential trades. Teams realized that if one massive domino could fall, maybe the others would tumble too. Why the renewed urgency? Part of it comes down to how unforgiving the Western Conference can be. Titles aren't guaranteed by having just one superstar anymore. You need depth, fit, and sometimes a little luck. On top of that, the upcoming free agency pool isn't packed with surefire superstars, which means if you're serious about contending, you might have to swing for the fences in the trade market. And now that the Luka deal has proven the unthinkable can happen, every front office from coast to coast is on high alert, searching for the next big opportunity. But that wasn't the whole story. The real shock came when serious whispers started circulating around players once considered untouchable, guys with MVP-level ceilings and franchise cornerstone reputations. After we'd barely caught our breath from the last bombshell, these new rumors made it clear we're in for a wild ride. Let's start with the one that shocked people the most. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a future upload. Now back to the video. It's almost hard to believe that Ja Morant's name is in trade rumors at all. Not long ago, he was heralded as the next face of the Memphis Grizzlies, a fearless point guard with show-stopping athleticism who took the franchise from mediocre to must-watch. Yet, according to some of the most respected voices in NBA media, Ja might be on the move sooner than we think. Here's the puzzling part. The Grizzlies haven't openly indicated that they want to rebuild or tear things down. On the contrary, they were seen as a rising Western Conference force centered around Ja, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane. But a series of controversies began to chip away at Morant's seemingly bulletproof image. From questionable off-court behavior to repeated on-court scuffles, the young star found himself in headlines for the wrong reasons. His father even got into trouble, overshadowing some games with taunts and antics that many considered unprofessional. Add to that, Ja's ongoing battle with injuries, missing significant time almost every season, and some executives quietly wondered if Memphis might look for a fresh start. From a front office standpoint, it would be risky to trade a talent like Morant. He brings highlight reels, ticket sales, and a certain swagger that Memphis hasn't really had before. But in the NBA, optics matter almost as much as results. If Morant's off-court issues escalate, the Grizzlies could find themselves in an awkward position, supporting a star with a controversial circle around him. It might be easier to wait until the dust settles, then quietly pick up the phone and listen to offers. So who would dare bring in Ja Morant, especially with all this baggage? Teams that lack an explosive floor general might see him as the exact puzzle piece they're missing. His age, athletic profile, and proven ability to lift a roster's energy are still enticing. In a league starved for dynamic point guards, somebody will be willing to roll the dice. Then again, Memphis would likely only let him go if they get a massive haul in return, possibly a more established star or enough assets to remain a playoff contender. For now, we'll keep a close eye on him. Because as they say in the NBA rumor mill, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. But if you thought Ja Morant's situation was surprising, the next star on our list has practically mastered the art of making headlines, often in ways that suggest a fleeting sense of loyalty. Yes, we're talking about Kevin Durant. Once again, Kevin Durant has been the protagonist of so many NBA plot twists that his name popping up in trade rumors isn't surprising. After moving from Golden State to Brooklyn, then on to Phoenix, KD now finds himself with only 1 year left on his current commitment to the Suns. Reports suggest he's reluctant to sign an extension, leaving Phoenix in a tough spot. Risk losing him for nothing, or trade him while his value remains sky high. For teams eyeing Durant, the upside is obvious. Even though he's older and carries injury concerns, a locked-in KD can still transform a playoff hopeful into a title contender. The challenge is putting together a compelling package for one of the most gifted scorers ever. Phoenix, meanwhile, would be wary of repeating Brooklyn's mistake and letting him walk away. If they can't see a clear path to a championship run, dealing Durant proactively might be their best option. With rumors swirling about potential destinations, Miami, Minnesota, or even a reunion with Kyrie in Dallas, it's clear the Suns have a major decision to make. Trae Young burst onto the scene, making Atlanta's offense dynamic and fueling an unexpected run to the Eastern Conference Finals. But the Hawks' front office seems torn between trying to compete and hedging for the future. Meanwhile, Trae, known for his competitive fire, can't be thrilled about a team that appears uncertain of its direction. Reports suggest Atlanta might be open to dealing Trae if the right offer appears, likely a mix of promising young players and multiple first-round picks. The Orlando Magic, for instance, have the youthful core and draft assets to make a splash. Pairing Young with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner could elevate Orlando, while the Hawks could pivot toward a more patient rebuild. Whether it's Orlando or another suitor, Trae's desire for immediate success may eventually force Atlanta's hand. After winning a championship with the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo famously said he wants to stay in Milwaukee, so long as they keep contending. But key players like Chris Middleton have battled injuries, and the East is loaded with younger, hungry teams. If the Bucks can't maintain a championship-level roster, Giannis may question whether staying is in his best interest. A Giannis trade would be massive, outdoing even the biggest blockbusters we've seen recently. Teams with a strong supporting cast like Memphis would instantly become title favorites by adding an MVP-caliber two-way star. The Bucks, meanwhile, could choose to pivot if they suspect Giannis might leave in free agency, preferring to get a younger star and draft capital rather than watch him walk for nothing. It might sound unimaginable, but in this ever-evolving NBA, even a beloved superstar like Giannis can find himself in new colors. The Luka trade proved that no star is guaranteed to stay put. Now, teams and fans alike watch closely as Ja Morant, Kevin Durant, Trae Young, and Giannis Antetokounmpo circle through the rumor mill. Off-court issues, looming free agency, mismatched timelines. Each star has a unique reason they might be on the move. And the stakes couldn't be higher. One well-timed trade can catapult a franchise to title contention, while a miscalculated bet can ruin years of carefully assembled rosters. Welcome to a new chapter of NBA history, where the unthinkable quickly becomes reality. As front offices chase championship glory and superstars weigh their futures, each rumor carries the potential to rewrite the league's balance of power. The only question left is which domino will topple next, and which team will emerge on the other side as a contender for the crown. If you thought the league's landscape was chaotic before, buckle up. The storm is just beginning. Thank you so much for watching till the very end. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss our next upload.